Hey guys, it's oh my god, Hacks Raven 21. This time I'm going to bring you something which I've never done before. It's kind of a copy of the Acousticines SO Pokemon, but this one's kind of my. Some people have been asking about, can I have the set or can I have the nature or whatever for your Linoone? So I thought I might as well answer all questions at once with a video. So as you can see, I have an adamant Linoone. There, adamant. Met in Safari Zone. I think you've got to place like 15 forest objects in the kind of where it was. In the plains, I think it is. And you can catch a Zigzagoon. You've got to catch a Zigzagoon, and to get it to get the Flare ability, you have to, underline have to, level up to level 45, because at level 45 a Zigzagoon learns Flail, and Linoone doesn't learn Flail at any point, so you have to actually teach it. Let's go on. So these are the stats for my Linoone. 277 HP, it's quite handy, and I got some nice attack and even nicer speed. Main reason why I got a really high speed is that a lot of the times I need to outspeed a Pokemon even without the berry. Make sure your Zigzagoon or Linoone has the ability Gluttony. If it doesn't, then it makes this sweeper a lot difficult to use. So yeah, I will show you the moves now. Sorry, I'm going to have to move the webcam a bit, so please hold with me. Here we go. So we have a Shadow Claw, a Flail, Substitute, and Belly Drum. Right. So that's the really basic set for Linoone Sweep. Right, that's good. Yeah, make sure it has the item Salac Berry and those moves. I've gone for Shadow Claw because sometimes you'll go up against a Ghost type Pokemon and Shadow Claw is just gonna destroy them. Because, well, no matter what HP you got, Shadow Claw is gonna do as much as your Shadow Claw is gonna do, but the low HP Flail Linoone is probably the way to go for a good sweep. But yeah, so that's basically the moveset. The EVs are max attack, max speed, and the rest in defense. So that's EVs in Linoone, moveset, and what the stats should look like. So now we need to get into how to use them, or how I use my Linoone is more kind of entry hazard and getting a build up. I mean, Linoone kind of builds itself up, but yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to digress and go into how to use a Linoone, and then I'll be how to develop a team around Linoone. So to build Linoone up by itself, you really got to get it in a free switch, because if you get in, say, you think it's time for a sweep and you don't know if your opponent's going to switch or not, don't send in Linoone, because if that gets hit by nearly anything, it's going to be absolutely destroyed. I mean, just look at its defense and switch defense. It's not a defensive Pokemon, so don't make it be defensive. So what I normally do is I wait, or I get... No, I was telling you about how I use it. Right, so a free switch in, and I always go for a sub first, because if I get a sub first, then no matter what they can do, I can get the sweep practically instantly, because I can get a sub in, which will take me down, or just take me down a bit. I can use sub again to get me around about half, and then sub again to get me activating my Salac Berry, and if I've got a chance I'll sub again and get to the Flail. But the best way to get complete sweep on your Linoone, oh pardon me, and again, is to get a substitute off and then go for Belly Drum. But you've got to make sure your sub has stayed up. this is where the other team comes in. Surprisingly, it does. So I then go into the other team. The team setup for Linoone has to be kind of a very defensive base. You've got to have, well, my set for my Linoone is a new. It is a Nidoqueen, a Ninetales, a Magneton, a Quagsire, a Noctowl, and obviously a Linoone. Most of those are defensive, apart from Magneton, Ninetales, and of course Linoone. But all the rest are kind of really defensive, bulky, and can set up another Pokemon no problem. So let's go, say if we start a battle. I always go for Stealth Rocks first, because it's always nice to get rocks up. Then I do as much damage as I can on the Nidoqueen before I have to switch. If I have to switch, then I'll switch. But when I decide it's time for Linoone Sweep, I will throw in a Noctowl or Quagsire, make sure they can take the hit or a free switch, and then I'd use Yawn or Hypnosis. If I go for a Yawn, I will take the next hit on the Quagsire and then switch out. But if I'm on the Noctowl, I will use a sleeping move and then go into my Linoone. Then if they, or because they're asleep, they have to switch or they have to stay in. And either way, that's a free switching. So that's when your Linoone can come in and really blast the opposition. So that's how I use it. I've seen a lot of people with like Seed Bomb, Extreme Speed, and I can understand how good that can be, but because obviously in a few of my videos, or one of mine, or in fact two of them, I've been absolutely annihilated by Sharpedo, because their Ruskin ability just knackers my ability to sweep. But yeah, so that brings me on nicely to counters from Linoone. The best way to stop a sweeping Linoone would have to be you get a Pokemon like a Skuntank or a Sharpedo that can, when they die, they hurt the Pokemon that did damage to them. Or you can get entry hazards, because that will do nicely. Or you can catch a Linoone off guard and use Toxic Spikes, because that's going to be a dead Linoone. Or you can get a Pokemon with Quick Attack, Aqua Jet, Ice Shard, or whatever is priority. But make sure, if you're going up against a Linoone, you have those priority, or you can get damage on it somehow. Because if you can't get to the Salac Berry, or you can't beat it to the Salac Berry, and you don't have any priority on your Pokemon, that's basically it. That's the game. But yeah, that's my Linoone. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment, please tell me what you liked about this, what you didn't. Please tell me if you want to do more, or what type of Pokemon you actually want me to do. I mean, my Pokemon box is like absolutely full. I can do any Pokemon you want. Just send me a PM or a message and I'll contact you back and I'll make a video. Also, if you like to battle me, I will also probably accept the battle. So anyway, that's me off. Ravenhurst out. Peace.